Welcome to Module 5, Section 6 of your California Contractor License Exam Prep course. In this lesson, we'll cover the basic HVAC knowledge every B2 residential remodeling contractor needs to understand, particularly as it relates to replacing and installing simple components like fans, filters, and return air grills. While full HVAC design and system installation fall outside your scope as a B2 contractor, there are still many legal and practical tasks you can perform that directly relate to residential remodeling projects. Knowing where the boundaries are and how to work confidently within them is key to running a compliant and efficient contracting business. As a B2 contractor, you're not authorized to design, install, or alter HVAC systems, ductwork, or gas lines. That type of work requires a C20 warm air heating, ventilating, and air conditioning license. However, you can replace existing non-structural components such as return air grills, registers, air filters, exhaust fans, and other pre-installed, easily accessible parts. These replacements are often part of larger remodeling jobs, like when you're upgrading a bathroom and need to install a new exhaust fan, or remodeling a hallway and replacing a return grill cover. Let's start with filters. Every forced air HVAC system uses air filters to trap dust, allergens, and particles before they enter the system and circulate through the home. These filters are usually located at the return air intake or within the furnace cabinet. As a B2 contractor, you can remove old filters and install new ones during a remodeling project, provided you're not modifying the system itself. This task may seem simple, but it's one of the most commonly overlooked maintenance steps in homes. Filters should be replaced regularly, usually every 1 to 3 months, and you can provide value to your client by inspecting the filter area, measuring the correct size, and offering to install a high-quality filter as part of your service. Next, let's talk about return air grills and registers. These metal or plastic covers are placed over air return ducts and supply vents. They serve both functional and aesthetic purposes. In remodeling projects, it's common to replace outdated or paint-covered grills with modern styles to match new trim or flooring. This is entirely within your scope of work, as long as you're not modifying the duct behind the grill. If the duct is damaged or needs resizing, you must subcontract that part to a properly licensed C20 contractor. When replacing grills, make sure they're the correct size and style, fasten securely, and do not block airflow. Use a screwdriver to remove the old grill, clean the area, and mount the new one using the existing screw holes or anchors. Now let's move on to exhaust fans. These are most often found in bathrooms, laundry rooms, or kitchens. As a B2 contractor, you are permitted to replace an existing exhaust fan with a new one, provided you use the same electrical connection and the ductwork remains unchanged. This means you're not authorized to install a fan in a new location or reroute the exhaust duct. A basic fan replacement involves shutting off power at the breaker, removing the old fan housing, disconnecting the wiring, and installing the new fan in the same location using the existing wires and vent. Be sure to use a fan rated for the moisture level of the room, and always verify that the fan is ducted to the outside of the building, not just into an attic or wall cavity, which is a common and dangerous code violation. Another common task is upgrading or replacing a ceiling-mounted heater in a bathroom. These heaters often come combined with a light and fan unit. Again, as long as the wiring and exhaust path are not altered, you may legally replace this type of unit. Carefully follow manufacturer instructions and always check that the circuit amperage matches the requirements of the new unit. Overloading a circuit or installing a unit beyond the panel's capacity is unsafe and outside your license scope. One of the key HVAC concepts you need to understand is airflow. Even though you're not designing duct systems, you should know that all forced air systems require balanced airflow for efficient operation. This means return air and supply air must be appropriately distributed, and grills or filters should not be obstructed. During a remodel, make sure your construction activities don't block vents, disconnect flexible ducts, or create airflow bottlenecks. If you're installing flooring, cabinets, or walls near a vent, leave proper clearance and confirm that airflow remains unobstructed. It's also important to maintain indoor air quality during and after remodeling work. Dust and debris generated by drywall, paint, and flooring can easily be pulled into HVAC systems if return vents aren't properly sealed off. Before beginning work in dusty areas, cover return air grills with plastic or magnetic covers. After the job is complete, remove the coverings and offer to change the filter to ensure clean air circulation. This small step shows attention to detail and helps preserve the client's system. Let's briefly touch on thermostats. In some cases, clients may ask you to replace a thermostat with a newer model. While this might seem like a minor electrical task, it can easily fall outside your scope depending on the system type. Basic battery-powered thermostats that operate via two low-voltage wires can be replaced if you're not altering the HVAC wiring or adding features like zoning or Wi-Fi controls. However, many modern thermostats require a C-wire for constant power, and improper installation can damage the HVAC system. When in doubt, refer this task to a licensed electrician or HVAC professional. Remember, as with all remodeling tasks under the B2 license, your work must be non-structural, surface level, and limited to replacement using existing infrastructure. You are not authorized to alter gas lines, refrigerant lines, duct layout, system design, or control panels. Attempting to do so can result in CSLB violations, failed inspections, or worse, life safety risks for your clients. To close this lesson, here's what matters most. Focus on what you're allowed to do. Replace grills, filters, surface fans, and cover components, and avoid what you're not: system design, routing ducts, or changing HVAC infrastructure. Communicate clearly with clients when subcontracting is needed, and emphasize your commitment to legal, clean, and code-compliant work. HVAC elements are often hidden behind walls or ceilings, but the work you do, or don't do, can have a huge impact on the comfort, safety, and efficiency of the home.